When I first started my weight loss journey, one of the things that I needed to change was to stop drinking so much soda. That was a really big issue for me, and I was able to do that. And what I realized recently was that is something that a lot of people are struggling with is drinking a lot of soda and wanting to change that. So in this episode, I'm going to tell you exactly what I did, and hopefully it'll help you too. All right, let's go. Welcome to the Overweighted Podcast, where we get real about the struggles of being obese and needing to lose a whole lot of weight. My name's Malaika. I'm your host, weight loss mentor and coach. Join me on my personal weight loss journey to lose about 200 pounds, and as I share my very real experiences, plus some simple, successful, and sustainable weight loss tips and mindset shifts so that we can mark lose weight off of our to-do list for good. So when I first started my weight loss journey, I wanted to do something that was going to be really simple for me, something that was going to be sustainable, where I was able to lose the weight in a way that I was going to be able to keep it off this time and then not, get stuck back in that cycle of gaining the weight back and then having to lose it all over again and most likely gaining more weight than what I had to lose in the first place. So I wanted to look at my weight loss journey as just me wanting to build healthy habits and replacing some of the unhealthy things with some of the more healthier things that I needed to be doing. And so when I first started my weight loss journey, I knew that there was two big issues for me. One of them was the amount of soda I was drinking, and the other one was the amount of sweets that I was eating. And so what I wanted to do was make that change first, because I knew that that was going to have the biggest impact on my weight loss long term overall. And it wasn't that I wanted to never drink soda or never eat sweets again, but I knew the amount that I was consuming was too much. And so I wanted to share how I kicked my soda habit. And one of the things I realized is that this is a problem that quite a few people have, that they are basically addicted to soda and wanting to stop drinking so much so that they can live healthier lives. So when I look back, I was drinking probably about 2 liters of soda a day. And when you look at how much water we're supposed to be drinking, that's about how much we should be drinking, like minimum in water a day, right? Our bodies need about 3 liters of water. We get about 1 liter of that water from the foods that we're eating. So we need to consume about 2 liters of water a day. And of course, that's going to vary depending on your climate, depending on your health, depending on how much you exercise, but just on average, about 2 liters of water a day. So I was drinking that much in soda. And when I was drinking all of that soda, I was not drinking any water whatsoever. I was pretty much just consuming soda for the entire day. So whenever I had a meal, I was drinking soda. Even first thing in the morning, I remember back in college, I think that's really where the soda habit probably started. But I would go down to the vending machine for like my 8 a.m. class, and I would get a can of soda and a Reese's peanut butter cup. Package. So 2 peanut butter cups. Like that was my breakfast, and that was a regular breakfast for me. And so, yeah, I would drink soda just throughout the day with all of my meals. And I even remember I would drink soda as well when I was younger. I remember one time I spent the night at one of my friends' houses. This was back in elementary school, and her family ordered pizza for us to eat, and then they gave us milk to drink with the pizza. And I remember thinking like, this is so disgusting. I don't want this milk. Where's the soda? Like, can I get a soda to drink with this right now? But they didn't drink soda. So I had to like drink the milk, which is good. That's good that they made me drink the milk. But I remember thinking that way back in elementary school, like, yuck, milk with pizza, like that's so gross. And so even like growing up, when I have certain meals, it's like I want to have a soda with that meal. It doesn't seem like any other drink would fit with that, like pizza, the burgers, stuff like that. Like anything else would be gross. And then I don't want flavored drinks with those meals, because just the thought of, like, say I don't know, a strawberry drink with my piece of pizza. To me, like those taste, the flavors clash. And so having a soda, and I would always drink like a cola drink. So it would be, really no flavor to it except the cola flavor. But to me, that was really all that went with my meal. And so I was drinking soda all the time. Like I said, about 2 liters a day. And when I decided to start my weight loss journey, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this time for good. I want to make it last this time. So what are some of the things that I need to change to make this a lifelong change for me? Because I wanted to change my habits for life, because I knew that that was going to be the only way that I was going to be able to keep the weight off this time. And so there was 2 things, like I mentioned. I decided to cut back on soda and cut back on sweets. And so that was the first thing I had to do, was just make that decision that this is something I know that I need to do, and it's really going to benefit my health, and it's going to have a big impact over my weight loss overall. So that was first and foremost. I made that decision that that was the first 2 things that I was going to change. And so what I did is I said, okay, I'm going to start my weight loss journey on whatever day it was at that time. And I said, I am not going to have sweets or soda at all for the next 2 weeks. So I decided to cut out completely sweets and soda for 2 weeks. And I knew that that was going to be something really hard for me, but I also knew that if I could do it, then that meant I was really giving myself a great head start on this weight loss journey. And it also proved to me that I could do it. So I said no sweets, no soda for 2 weeks. It was just 2 weeks, and then I could go back to having it. So I did it. So I took those 2 weeks. I didn't have any sweets, any soda. And if you've heard any of my previous episodes, the sweets were a big issue for me because I would have those every single day as well. So I was drinking lots of soda and having a dessert every single day. So I had neither of those for 2 weeks. And man, I remember the headaches that I was having. I was cranky, and it just wasn't good. It was not good. And what's funny though is that, my body was basically going through withdrawal from all that sugar and from the caffeine and everything. And it's funny because I was like, I feel terrible. And it made me to where I'm like, I don't even want to have a soda, because if I have a soda and then I stop drinking soda again, then I'm going to be going through all these headaches again. Right. And so I'm like, this cannot be good if my body is flipping out on me this bad because I'm not having soda or sugar or, my sweets. Then they really can't be that great for me. My body should not be reacting this way. It was basically like crying for the soda. So I didn't have it for the 2 weeks. And I would say the headaches and the crankiness, all that, it probably started after about maybe 2 days. And then maybe by the 5th or 6th day, it went away and I was okay. But that's how I started the journey. And that's how I started cutting out the soda. And from that point, I said, okay, I'm going to go back to having my sweets, but I still wanted to cut back on the soda because I knew I needed to start drinking more water. So, like I got myself a water bottle so that I could remind myself to keep drinking the water. I could fill it up and then drink the water throughout the day. And I decided that I still would not have soda for a while because I knew it was going to be an issue for me. And I wanted to build up that habit of drinking the water. And I did not start drinking 2 liters right away of water. I slowly had to increase that until I got to the point where drinking 2 liters of water a day is just normal for me now. But one of the things I would do, and I would not bring like soda into the house as far as I wouldn't go buy like a case of soda or anything like that. But sometimes the kids and I would go to the convenience store, and then when I go to the convenience store, then I would grab a soda. And so I told the kids, like, okay, I want to stop drinking so much soda. It's not good for me. It's going to help me lose weight. So I told them not to let me get soda. And let me tell you, if you have kids and you tell them to help you to not have whatever that item is that you're struggling with, they're going to help you. They would not, they would always tell me if they see me trying to grab it, like my youngest one would be like, "Mommy, no soda for you." You know, she would be telling me no soda. And then my oldest son, he will go to the store with me a lot. So I remember one time we went to the store and I was like, okay, I'm just going to have a soda this one time. I'm just going to have it this one time. He's like, no, you said you didn't want to drink any soda. And I think at the time I was trying to last like until the new year before I had one or something like that. I can't remember exactly the time frame I put that I didn't want to have the soda. But he was like, no, you said you didn't want to have soda. And I was like, I'm just going to have this one. It's not going to be a big deal. I'm just going to have this one soda, you know, trying to convince him to let me get the soda. And I remember I was trying to open like the little cooler where the soda was, and he was closing it. He's like, no, mommy, you said no soda. And y'all, I'm not kidding you. I started tearing up in that store because I wanted that soda so bad. So listen, when I tell y'all, I understand the struggle that you're going through being, you know, obese, trying to make these changes to your habits and trying to live healthier. Like, I get it. I get the struggle. Like, I started tearing up and I was like, Lord, if I'm crying this much over not getting soda, then I know that that means that this has a hold on me and I don't need it. Like, I need to be free from this addiction or whatever it is that is making me want the soda this bad. And that was like a really big moment for me in not wanting to drink the soda as much anymore, because once I saw like how bad I reacted, and I was getting like really mad at him that he would not let me get the soda. And then, like I said, I started tearing up and I was like, because I wanted it that bad and I was getting that angry, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Like, I should not be wanting this that bad. I shouldn't be addicted to this like that, this soda. So like I said, I knew at that point that I didn't need to have it anymore. And so that was a really big turning point for me. And so after that, I didn't really worry about the soda anymore. And I went a few months without having it. And I had decided that I would only have soda whenever we went out to eat. And this was after a few months. Once I kind of got to a point where I was drinking 2 liters of water a day, I was like, okay, I'm only going to have soda whenever we go out to eat. So like, I'm not going to worry about buying it at the store, you know, at the convenience store, anything like that. So whenever we go out, whether it's fast food or regular restaurant or whatever, then I'll have soda, and that'll be like my thing. And so, like I said, it was a few months before I had my first one. And what I realized when I had that soda the first time, it really triggered me and made me just want it more. And so then I wanted another soda. And I knew at that point, like, no, this thing still has a hold on me. I can't drink this soda like this. And so not only that, but it made me want more soda, but it also triggered me to want more sweets, because I had gotten to a point where I wasn't eating sweets every day like I was in the beginning either. But anytime I would have soda, I would start wanting sweets. And I know it's because of the amount of sugar that's in soda. I would have the soda, and then, like I said, it would trigger me for more soda and then also make me want to eat sweets. And I was like, whoa, I still cannot have this soda. And so I had to just cut it out, and I just didn't worry about it anymore. I would just drink other things. Like, I would have my water. Of course, I have coffee. Sometimes I would drink tea, whether it was unsweet or sweet tea, but I just wouldn't have any soda because I knew that I could not control myself. And it was probably about a year before I got to a point where I can have it now and it doesn't control me. And I will say, though, that when I have it, I do still want more of it, but it doesn't have the hold on me like it did before. Like, I can easily just say, no, I'm not going to have it anymore. And then what I'm doing now, I won't necessarily get a bottle of soda. I mean, every once in a while I do, but if I grab one, I'll usually try to get a can so that way I'm drinking less of the soda. Yeah, so I hope that helps you. So just know that you can do it. You don't necessarily have to cut it out cold turkey for 2 weeks like I did. Maybe what you can do to help you is just reduce the amount that you're currently drinking. And you can gradually keep reducing that so that way you're able to get to a point where you can cut it out completely. And also by gradually reducing it, you can hopefully avoid the headaches and the crankiness that I had. But like say if you're drinking let's say 10 cans a week, right? So maybe your first goal is to go down to 9 and then 8, and like I said, just slowly reducing the amount that you're drinking and replacing those cans with cups of water. And so the more water you're drinking, also for me, I noticed that helped me to drink less of the soda because it would help fill my belly up. And then when I do one good thing for myself, I like to do other good things for myself as well. So just by drinking more water, that helped me to make better options with what I was eating as well. So I hope that helps. You can kick that soda habit. You don't have to be addicted to the soda. You don't have to let it continue to affect your health and ruin your health, because we really don't need it. It doesn't do anything good for our bodies. Yes, it tastes good, but it doesn't do anything good for us. So like I said, you got this. You can stop drinking that soda just like I did. And trust me, this comes from over 20 years of drinking soda. If I can do it, I know you can too. All right, you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you got any value out of this or something just really resonated with you, can you do me a favor and leave a review? It helps others find the show so that it could help them too. Also, I'd love to connect with you on other platforms. I'm Malaika Burley on IG and YouTube. And go grab my free webinar, The 5 Keys to Simple, Successful, and Sustainable Weight Loss at malaikaburley.com. And of course, all of those links are in the show notes. Thanks again and have a blessed day.